welcome back to another deep dive. Today, we're getting into a really interesting piece of wisdom. It's titled Daily Heavenly Manna from July 6.
That's right. Specifically, it's from reprint 2416.5.
And our mission today is to kind of unpack what it says about navigating trials, sacrifices, and what fearing the Lord really means in this specific context. We want to find those insights that can maybe shift how you see things.
Yeah, what's really fascinating here is how just this one passage, it gives such a profound take on resilience, doesn't it? And growing through challenges.
Okay.
We'll really explore this idea of, surrendering control over the hard stuff.
Okay, let's jump right in. The main scripture here is Psalm 25.12. What man is he that feareth the Lord? Him shall he teach in the way that he shall choose. So the phrase fear the Lord, it can sound a bit intense.
Right.
What are we actually talking about here? How does that connect to getting guidance?
That's a really important question because fear here, it isn't about being terrified. It's more like deep reverence, a profound respect, a humility.
Okay, reverence.
Yeah, acknowledging there's a wisdom higher than ours. It means approaching life ready to be guided. And the text says something key. True guidance comes when we accept it's not for us to supervise the trials and difficulties which may beset us.
So not trying to manage every little detail of the problem?
Exactly. It really pushes against our natural tendency to want to control everything, doesn't it? Suggesting that letting go of that control, that actually opens us up to being taught.
Okay, so less about cowering, more about trusting. And that trust opens the door. That leads right into the next point. The source says it's for us to make an unreserved consecration of ourselves to the Lord, and then leave to him the decision of how great shall be our trials, how great our sacrifices. Practically speaking, what does unreserved consecration look like? How does that actually work?
Well, connecting it to that bigger picture, it's this complete letting go, but it's not passive, like just giving up. It's an active choice. It's about trusting a divine plan, almost like handing over the reins of a really complex project to someone you absolutely trust.
Instead of trying to micromanage it yourself.
Precisely. And the text highlights that the Lord may see that some need special trials more than others. This is really interesting. It points towards a very individualized journey.
So the challenges aren't just random bad luck.
No, it suggests they're tailored for specific needs, for growth. Like a teacher giving different students different assignments based on what they need to learn, not just a one-size-fits-all thing.
That makes so much sense. It completely reframes challenges, not as punishments, but as, personalized tools.
Exactly.
And that ties into how our perspective can just totally change the experience, right? The source says, those things, which to some would be great trials, to others because of greater love, greater zeal, the sacrifice might be light afflictions.
Yeah.
But for a moment, working out a far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory. How does that shift in perspective really change how we feel adversity?
It's all about the power of that inner perspective, isn't it? It's not saying the trial itself isn't hard.
Right. It's not dismissing the pain.
Not at all. But it's about our internal state, that greater love, that zeal for service. When you see the difficulty through that lens, even huge things can be recontextualized as light afflictions, meaning temporary, purposeful, steps towards something much bigger, much more lasting, that eternal weight of glory the text mentions.
Okay.
So the focus shifts from the immediate struggle to the ultimate positive outcome it's creating.
So it's less about the size of the problem and more about the size of our commitment and our understanding of its purpose. Okay, so wrapping this up, what's the takeaway for you, our listener?
Well, this whole deep dive, it really invites us to think, doesn't it? If how we experience sacrifice and affliction is genuinely shaped by our inner commitment, by our perspective, then maybe ask yourself, what challenge in your own life, maybe something that feels really heavy right now, could you start to see as a light affliction? Not by ignoring it, but by shifting your focus, trusting its unique role in your growth.
That's a really profound thought to sit with. We certainly hope this deep dive has given you maybe a shortcut to understanding some timeless wisdom for navigating those inevitable challenges life throws our way.